Yeah, when we look long-term at Great Bruce and Huron counties, we've had so many young people have had to move out of the area to find their dreams and aspirations, to have a career, to raise their families. We think those folks can participate in our Nuclear Innovation Center and be able to develop those skills and those career paths right here at home. And with the fund, it's to start introducing technologies that society sees that are advancing so rapidly into their vernacular, so that as they're growing up, they become accustomed to it, and they can go off, learn those things, come back to work, and apply them right here at Bruce Power.
Will this money go into programs at schools and that sort of thing, or what's the idea?
Yeah,
bring kids to the institute?
The money will go into the programs that we'll use to offer opportunities to the students within the institute, as well as reaching out to the schools where appropriate. And we'll be using that funding to introduce topics like artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, machine learning, advanced robotics, the types of science, technology, engineering, and math skills that we'll need in a modern society to excel and to prosper.
You said in 2019 you'll be accepting applications. Tell us how that works. Who's applying and what happens?
And John, we're still working on that process. We want to get the announcements out today. We'll be looking in 2019 to start a process where people can apply for certain projects to begin to work on, and also to be able to look at types of, I'll say, educational opportunities we can set up for the children in the area to participate in. Could be items like camps, like the space camp we ran this summer, where the children that participated were able to launch cameras into space and take pictures of Bruce County. How neat is that, being able to take shots from literally thousands of kilometers in the air and be able to bring that back and study it. Right? But it's those types of activities that we'll look at in the Institute through these opportunities and projects. And there'll be more to come on that. We're just getting started today.
You were talking about innovation, some of the opportunities there are, and you happened to mention small modular reactors. Is that something that Bruce Power is looking at right now? Is that something that Bruce Power could be doing?
Bruce Power always looks at technologies. We're participating within our CAN with the small modular reactor roadmap, and we're participating with a number of companies to understand their technologies and to be able to study and see what's developing. These types of aspects that we bring into the Institute so that we can learn more about the technologies and how they're advancing. There are concepts like 3D printing now, where historically we were unable to make certain shapes and diameters repetitively, and now you can make these objects through printing, just like your home PC printer.
Some of these innovations through the Institute, is there the potential to extend the life of Bruce Power beyond 2064?
Yes, with some of the technologies that we're looking at, certainly one could envision extending the life beyond 2064, but also could envision new opportunities, new businesses, and new technologies spawning over the years.
A big part of the message we heard today was about keeping out ahead of everyone else, I guess. People are moving into. We'll take that opportunity to move in and take things away, but it's important just to keep ahead of it.
Innovation will be an important part of our development and our society going into the future. It's how we'll remain competitive as Canadians in the world marketplace, but also here at home. We want to be able to continue to supply electricity. And we say 30% of Ontario's power, 30% less than the average residential price. And we want to be able to do that for decades to come.
I just had one comment, if I could. I haven't talked to you about the Nuclear Innovation Institute yet. Just a comment on why you feel that's important, why it has to be in this community, why it's important to Bruce Power.
The Innovation Institute is important to Bruce Power from a number of aspects, in that we'll be implementing these types of technologies into our facilities over the coming years. To be able to have our children, our employees' children, learning about the advances in artificial intelligence or robotics or other technologies that will help them prosper in their lifetime, it's a very important part of our company. Our people are our company. We want to make sure we're looking after their best interests as well as the company's interests. And in a rural community, being able to offer these types of experiences is profound. Only the kids in the larger urban centers will see these types of technologies over the next years. To be a first mover in this area and be able to offer it into rural Ontario is quite unique for any rural community.
And I assume this is about more than, there will be students, high school students and so on, but this is much about educating Bruce Power employees, suppliers, that kind of thing as well?
Sure. I say kids of all ages, all members of communities, all of our suppliers. It's also the opportunity to create and advance. And hopefully we can generate spin-off businesses that might set up locally here and be able to supply these technologies throughout Canada or throughout the world.
And if I could, one final comment about this. I mean, the third annual Innovation Summit, I mean, there weren't 43 suppliers, Bruce Power suppliers, the last time we talked. I mean, just talk about that the spin-off that continues to happen in the years ahead.
Yeah, we're very happy to see the engagement of all the counties and the cooperation and collaboration. And through that work, we've been able to attract now 43 new companies into the area that will support Bruce Power. But there are also many other spin-off companies happening that will support those companies. So we see it as a great economic development opportunity for everybody.